stops when their labs come back normal. Functional medicine asks the next questions. Why do you still feel off? That's where the 90-day restoration framework comes in, a structured, evidence-based system designed to rebuild your energy, mood, and resilience layer by layer. It's driving into 4 clear phases. Number 1 is baseline and testing. Number 2, targeted intervention. Number 3 is optimization. And number 4, maintenance and prevention. So let's go step by step. Baseline and testing. At the start, we don't chase random supplements or guessworks. We test smarter. This means going beyond basic panels and gathering functional data. So full thyroid panel, that includes free T3, reverse T3, and antibodies, ferritin and iron studies, cortisol pattern over 24 hours, micronutrients like B12, D, and magnesium, fasting insulin, or CGM data. That's the continuous glucose monitoring. Then we track your daily energy curve, sleep, and food triggers. Even a simple 10-day log reveals huge clues. Maybe you crash at 3 p.m. after carb-heavy lunches, or you wake up at 3 a.m. every night, pointing to cortisol rhythm disruption. Traditional medicine stops once labs are normal. A root cause clinicians ask, why are they optimal, or do they match your symptoms? Once we have the labs, we start correcting what's missing and resetting your rhythm. We need to replace the deficiencies, the iron, the B12, magnesium, and vitamin D. These are foundational. For instance, ferritin under 70 can cause fatigue. Low B12 blunts mitochondrial output. Restoring them can turn the lights back on at a cellular level. We anchor your biological clock, morning sunlight within 30 minutes of waking, fixed sleep and wake times, and no screen 60 minutes before bed. Your body runs on light and rhythm. Without them, hormone misfires. Protein plus healthy fat breakfast, balanced meals, and stable glucose. If insulin is high, we use time-restricted eating or protein-first strategies. This flattens glucose spikes that drive irritability and fatigue. Daily 10-minute breathing or guided parasympathetic resets help regulate cortisol. Even one mindful break per workday helps retrain your nervous system. If thyroid and adrenal imbalances shows up, a clinician may use T3 supportive medication or adaptogens short-term, carefully tailored. Traditional medicine, your labs are fine, reduce stress. Whereas functional medicine, let's retrain your stress system and measure how your cortisol curve changes. Now comes the optimization. By this phase, fatigue should be improving. Now we build resilience. We recheck the earlier lab, the ferritin, the thyroid, vitamin D, fasting insulin, and adjust. If mitochondrial or oxidative stress markers were low, we add CoQ10, acetyl L-carnitine, or alpha-lipoic acid to support energy metabolism. Muscle becomes more metabolic engine. That's why we introduce progressive strength training twice a week, not just for fitness, but because muscle improves insulin sensitivity and mental stability. Now, traditional medicine would be exercise and eat better. In functional medicine, we measure your muscle recovery, nutrient use, and energy output, and then tailor your plan. Once your energy and mood are restored, the focus shifts to maintenance. We reestablish a personal rhythm, consistent meals, restorative sleep, mindful breaks, and movement patterns that you can sustain long term. We repeat key labs every 6 to 12 months, like ferritin, thyroid markers, fasting insulin, and vitamin D, not to chase perfection, but to stay optimized. Traditional care checks for diseases, whereas functional care checks vitality marker, energy, cognition, mood, and resilience. If you have been told everything looks normal, but you don't feel normal, it's time to think differently. The 90-day restoration framework bridges the gap between labs results and real vitality, because optimal health isn't the absence of disease, it's the presence of energy, focus, and calm resilience. If you have been feeling tired, short-tempered, or mentally foggy, and yet your lab says normal, you are not alone. This is the gap where many people stay stuck. Your lab says one thing, your body says another. And that's exactly why I created this personalized 90-day root cause restoration program, to bridge that gap between normal results and how you actually feel. Here's what's inside. Before we run a single new test, I review your story, what's been missed, what's been repeated, and where the pattern lies. Because 70% of answers are already hidden in your past data. You just need the right lens. The exact labs from the video, the thyroid, the ferritin, the cortisol pattern, the fasting insulin, and key micronutrients, all organized into one actionable checklist. You can bring it to your doctor, or I can help you order them directly depending on your location. Once we have your data, you will get a clear, customized plan. It includes nutrition protocols for blood sugar and energy, sleep and circadian micro routines, stress recalibration tools, and supplements or medications guidance where appropriate. You will have 2 one-on-one sessions across the 90 days, one for lab interpretations and another for progress refinement. You will also receive structured symptom tracking tools and check-ins to stay accountable. This isn't a generic wellness plan. It's designed for people who have already done the basics yet still don't feel right. You will gain clarity. You will finally know what's actually off and what's not. Speed. Instead of months of guessing, you get focused action path in weeks. You are guided through interpretation, implementations, and adjustment. No more trying to piece things together from Google. If you are not ready for a full program, well, you can start smaller with a single lab review session. And in this, I will go over line by line through your labs, explain what's optimal or just normal, and highlight what's likely driving your symptoms. You will leave with a clear map of what to prioritize next, whether you continue with me or on your own. No fluff, no guesswork, and just clarity and action. If you're ready to stop chasing normal and start feeling like yourself again, you can learn more and apply for the program through the link in the comments section. Your body is talking, even if your labs aren't. Let's interpret this story, correct the imbalances, and bring your energy, focus, and calm back online. You deserve more than normal. You deserve optimal. Here's the truth. The hardest part isn't doing the work, it's knowing where to start. When your doctor says everything's normal, it can leave you feeling unseen, unheard, and uncertain. But now you know normal isn't always optimal. So let's make it simple. Today, I want you to take just one small step forward. Here's why this approach works where traditional often fails. Traditional care, they're looking for disease, whereas root cause asks, why isn't the system working optimally? Let me spell out the difference. It's the mindset, okay? It's testing. It's the time and the depth. Traditional medicine, they might spend 10 minutes, whereas root cause intake maps your timeline. When your energy depletes, how your stress evolves, what your diet, sleep, or life loads, looks like. And integrating, instead of treating the thyroid separately, the mood separately, the fatigue separately, we connect the data, because low sleep quality drives cortisol changes, which slows thyroid conversion, which alters glucose balance. And that's exactly why you feel tired and short-tempered. And then we come up with treatment. Then we have a way to track Like every 6 to 12 weeks, we will repeat those tests. Here's what you can do immediately, even before seeing me or any doctor. Download the 7-day log and start tracking sleep, energy, and meals tonight. Bring the testing checklist to your next visit. Ask for free T3, ferritin, B12, vitamin D, fasting insulin, and cortisol rhythm. Tonight, eat protein plus healthy fat for breakfast. And tomorrow, skip the sugary start. Get 10 minutes of morning sunlight within an hour of waking up. Cut caffeine after 2 p.m. You will be surprised how much better you can feel within a week when your body's rhythm starts aligning again. Now, if you're connected with today's topic because you feel tired, moody, or mentally drained, even though your labs are fine, then you need to see the next video, the burnout. It explains why your brain and body stay stuck in survival mode, why your cortisol, thyroid, and energy system can't fully reset, and the exact micro habits that switch your systems back to repair and thrive. If today's message showed you then burnout video shows you the why and the how. It's the natural next step. So click the link below and I will meet you there. I can't wait to see you, what your before and after looks like. I am Dr. Amadou Rahman, reminding you that normal isn't your finish line. It's your starting point. Take the first small step today. Download the checklist, start your log, and I will see you inside.